Hello, and welcome to this course on intercultural training, working effectively with Japanese colleagues, customers and partners. My name is Pernilla Rudlin, and I'm Europe, Middle East and Africa representative for Japan Intercultural Consulting and Global Intercultural Consulting. As well as having lived in Japan when I was a little girl and as a student, I have worked for two large Japanese multinationals as an employee, both in Europe and in Japan, and I've acted as a trainer and consultant to hundreds of Japanese companies around the world over the past 20 years. This course aims to help you understand some of the working differences between various cultures, particularly Japanese workplace culture, and the reasons behind them. Some useful tips will be provided to you on how to work effectively with Japanese colleagues, which will enable you to build better working relationships with them. During the course, we'll look at, firstly, how Japanese companies have developed and how they are now changing. Secondly, some key dimensions of cultural difference, such as group and individual orientation, and process versus result. Then we'll focus in on communication, looking at the various decision-making and communication styles around the world. And we'll give you some tips and 3 key processes which will help you communicate more effectively with your Japanese colleagues and influence decision-making. Finally, we will explain some of the intricacies of Japanese business etiquette, such as greetings, business cards, seating in meetings, the san thing, business trips to Japan, and various tips. We've divided the course up into 12 5-minute sections, so you can dip in and out when you have time. For the first few sections, to get you thinking about your cultural preferences, there will be a short self-assessment on a cultural dimension that you can do via your smartphone using a QR code. We'll also show you a link if you prefer to do it via your computer. The first link and code will come at the end of the next section, which will be about Japanese history and society, how Japanese companies have developed and how they are changing. We'll be sharing some research on where different cultures sit on various cultural dimensions. It's important to remember, though, that these are generalizations. Not everyone is average. Ultimately, we are all human beings, and the same things make us laugh or cry, and we want our families to be happy. As Gert Hofstede, one of the most famous researchers on this topic, said, "Culture is the software of the mind, not the hardware." We all change throughout our lives and have many other identities besides our nationality. One very important identity for Japanese people working at a famous company is their sense of belonging to a corporate family. We'll explain more about this in the next section.